Settle down now. Settle down. Debates are over, at least for now. Hey, everybody. I'm Randy Tibbins. You know who you are. Come on in. Pull up a chair. Sit down, relax, and let's talk Dodgers. This is the best, first, and only video podcast by fans, for fans of your Los Angeles Dodgers. As you can see, I got my road grays on today, but that's because the Dodgers are down in San Diego to open up a 3-game series this week. We'll talk about that in a few minutes. Right now, let's talk some Dodgers. I originally scheduled this show for yesterday, but since we didn't do it, we're doing it today with a few modifications. So I hope you'll bear with me. First of all, in case you've been lying under a rock somewhere, the Dodgers are now, for the fourth time in a row, the fourth year in a row, under rookie manager Dave Roberts, the NL West champions. Fourth time. And here's how they got there. Dodgers celebrated clinching their fourth straight NL West title. The kind of storybook ending this city it was built on, baby. Winning the crown in Vin Scully's final home game when first Seager hit a dinger to tie it in the ninth, and then Charlie Culberson homered with 2 outs in the 10th to beat Colorado 4-3 on Sunday. A very exciting end of the game. A little more on that in just a minute. And Vin Scully, the 88-year-old Hall of Famer who has just 3 games at San Francisco next weekend before ending his 67-year career, bid a public farewell to the team and its 51,000 plus at the game's end. Quote, "I was hoping the team would win the game 10-0, and there would be no tension, and it would be a nice, easy day," Scully said, looking out at the sea of faces turned to his booth. "Believe me when I tell you, I've needed you far more than you've needed me." And he went on to proceed to ask the crowd's indulgence as he, by tape, or I guess by digitally recorded "The Wind Beneath My Wings," and he played it for everybody. That was kind of cool. The postseason opens for the Dodgers on Friday, October 7th against the NL East Championship Nationals, who hold about a game lead over the Dodgers now for home field advantage in the best-of-5 series. Brandon McCarthy returned from the DL and did a pretty decent job in that game Sunday. He allowed 4 hits, 2 earned runs, walked 1 guy, and struck out 6 in 5 1/3 innings Sunday against the Rockies. 57 of his 79 pitches were thrown for strikes. And for a guy like McCarthy who's battling all kinds of demons, shout out to you, my friend. Nice job, well done. And, you know, the guy's been suffering all kinds of injuries, and he had the yips and all kinds of, crazy stuff. So anyway, let's get to the meat of the matter here. Let's hear those home runs. Here's Corey Seager tied up in the 9th inning on Sunday.
And a high drive into deep right field. Seager has done it again and tied up the game 3-3.
Love that crowd. We play the crowd noises for Vinny. He loves the crowd. Love it. I love that kind of stuff, don't you? And then, of course, as we said, in the 10th inning, after Kenley Jansen, blew the game. Thank you, Kenley. Anyway, well, he didn't blow the lead, but he blew the tie. Right after that, Charlie Culberson with 2 outs, mind you, 2 outs, hit his first home run of the year. Here's Hall of Famer Vinny one more time.
0-1 to Charlie. Swarming in a high fly ball to deep left field. The Dodgers and the Dodgers have clinched the division and will celebrate on schedule. Lead it to the Dodgers. Charlie Culberson, a game-winning home run. What a moment to have it. And would you believe his first home run of the year? Well, the Dodgers did what they hoped to do. It was a struggle, but they won it on their own merit, 4-3. The last home run that Charlie Culberson hit would be 2 years ago in 2014 against Cincinnati.
Wow, that was amazing. The capper on it, the reason he said it did it on their own terms is because at the same time, if you're watching and listening as I was, the other game going on, the Giants were playing at the same time, and they were losing to the Padres. And if the Dodgers hadn't pulled that game out, when they did, the Giants would have lost first, thus backing the Dodgers into the clinch without them having to win or lose. It wouldn't matter. Well, as it turned out, the Dodgers won it on Culberson's home run, as you heard there, and about 2 minutes later, the Giants lost. So the Dodgers did it on their own terms, as he said. I thought, like I said a minute ago, I thought Brandon McCarthy did very well. Only guy on the DL right now, if you want to do an injury report, is Trace Thompson. He's not going anywhere. I don't think he's playing the rest of the season. So, see you next year, Trace. We got a bigger problem in front of us because Dave Roberts and his coaching staff have to figure out which people of all 40 on the 40-man roster are going to play on the 25-man roster for the first round of the playoffs. Do you put Andre Ethier on or not? He's been hot lately when he's played, but I don't know. Anyway, we'll talk more about that later in the week. First of all, fun stuff. Did you see and hear Vinny singing Wind Beneath My Wings? That was pretty cool. Pretty good voice. Not bad for an amateur. He calls himself an amateur, but he's been singing a long time in churches and stuff, so you know the guy can sing. He did all kinds of singing as a kid, so he's a pretty good guy. And I didn't have any confidence at all in anybody else saying anything bad about it. I thought, hey, this guy's going to be great. And he was. It sounded good. I thought I liked it. All right, and it's still out there somewhere. Nobody's replaying it too much, but I think it's still out there. You can hear it all over the internet. All right, let's do some shout-outs, and we'll finish up with a special shout-out at the end, speaking of people singing. You ready? These people all checked in with our Facebook page, Let's Talk Dodgers Facebook page, in the last week, during the weekend, since Friday. Gabe, Luis, Kevin A., my friend Cheryl C., she knows who she is. Way to go, Cheryl. Valerie M., Louie Lou, and Monica. Yeah. And I forgot to mention last week when I was at the game with Raj, another shout-out to Raj, I wanted to give a special shout-out to a lady who did an absolutely fabulous job, comes from this musician, fabulous job on the Star Spangled Banner, our national anthem, at Tuesday's game against the Giants on the 20th of September, and that would be the fourth generation down from Branch Rickey. Branch Rickey's great-granddaughter, the daughter of Branch Rickey III. Branch Rickey III is the PCL president right now, and has been since the late 80s. But her name is Kelly Jackal. Kelly did an outstanding job singing the national anthem. She's an actress and a singer by trade anyway. But Kelly, nice job, babe. Did a good job. All right. Our stats of the day from Elias. We got a bunch of cool ones here. Man, there's a lot of them. Corey Seager hit the game-time home run, as you heard, with 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th. And Culberson hit his walk-off shot in the 10th. All right. Seager was the first Dodger player to hit a score-tying or game-winning home run at home with the team trailing and down to its final out since Carl Crawford hit a game-tying 2-run homer off the Nationals' Tyler Clippard in the 12th inning on September 3rd, 2014. The Dodgers lost that game in 14 innings, 8-5. The last game in which the Dodgers hit a game-tying home run with 2 outs in the 9th inning and a walk-off homer in extra innings was their season opener in 1999, when Raul Mondesi was the hero in both the bottom of the 9th and 11th innings, homering off the Diamondbacks' Greg Olson and John Frascatore. Wow, that goes back. How about this one? The Dodgers are the first team to produce 4 consecutive first-place finishes since the Tigers from 2011 through 2014, and the first National League team to do so since the Phillies from 07 to 11. But Los Angeles is the first team to win the National League West title in 4 straight seasons. No one in the West has ever done that. So there's a shout-out right there to the Dodgers. And on top of all that, take this. Clayton Kershaw threw 7 shutout innings on Saturday in that big blowout win for his 10th straight win over the Rockies. That's the longest current winning streak by any Major League pitcher against one team, and it's the longest for a Dodger pitcher since Ramon Martinez won 10 consecutive decisions against the Reds from 1993 to 98. Who comes up with this stuff? All right, a couple more stats. This was the club's first clinching walk-off homer since Steve Finley's grand slammer in the 2004 game that beat the Giants. Remember that one in 2004? Wow. All right, one last stat. Final home stat, and I like this one the best. It's a tribute to you and me and everybody else that's watching. The announced attendance of Sunday's game, the last home game of the year, last regular season home game, 51,962, brought the Dodgers season total to 3,703,312, their 4th consecutive year leading the major leagues. Thank you, Dodger fans. Thank me, Dodger fans. We were all there. How about that? 3.7 million. Leading the majors 4 straight years. That is totally amazing. All right. Let's do some more fun stuff. I got this date in Dodger history. First, I was going to do one for yesterday. And since we didn't do the show yesterday, I didn't do it. So I'm going to do it today because I thought it was pretty cool. On this date in Dodger history, yesterday, September 26th, 1988, the Dodgers clinched the National League Western Division. See, I'm trying to link it with our Western Division clinching here. Dodgers in 88 on September 26th clinched the National League West with a 3-2 victory over the Padres at San Diego's Jack Murphy Stadium. Remember that place? Los Angeles becomes the first NL club to win 4 division titles in the 80s. Mickey Hatcher proves to be the hero in the clincher, snapping a 2-2 tie, giving the Dodgers the lead for good with a run-scoring single in the 8th inning. Hatcher, normally reserved, got the start in left field that night for Kirk Gibson, who was sidelined with a left sore hammy, but we know the rest of that story and the rest of 88. And for this date in history today, and that means September the 27th, 2016, this date in Dodgers history, September 27th, going back to 1951, 65 years ago. And this is a weird one, and attention all you Laker fans. Bill Sharman, recently called up from the Fort Worth team, is one of 15 Dodgers who were ejected by umpire Frank Descoli for bench jockeying after a close call at home plate. The future Basketball Hall of Famer, Bill Sharman, will never play in the big leagues. Thus, he became the only player to be ejected from a Major League Baseball game without ever having appeared in one. That's pretty cool. I think. I don't know. All right. Got all this dates done. Got some more fun stuff before we get you out of the ballpark. More fun stuff. This is everybody that's out there listening on radio. Those of you who don't get TV at all, and those of you who like Vinny a lot, as we have said, the last 3 games of the Dodgers regular season this year up in San Francisco are all going to be on Sportsnet LA, which is now called Spectrum Sportsnet LA, and KTLA Channel 5 in LA, and AM 570 KLAC is going to simulcast the entire last game. Vin Scully's final broadcast on Sunday will be simulcast in its entirety on Spectrum Sports in LA, KTLA, and AM 570 LA Sports. Scully, whose 67 years of consecutive service with the Dodgers organization is the longest of any sports broadcaster with one team, will broadcast his final game Sunday in San Francisco. First pitch scheduled for 12:05 p.m., and it's going to be all 9 on TV and on radio. Thanks to Charlie Stein and Rick Monday, who are stepping aside, who realize the importance of this. So way to go, guys. That's a class act. And Vin Scully, I'm taking down that last game. I don't know about you guys, but that's going to be putting it in the book. All right, let's get you out of the ballpark for the upcoming series now with the Padres down in San Diego. Tuesday, September 27th, it's a 7:10 game tonight. San Diego is going to send their lefty, Paul Clemens. He's 3-5 with a 4.48. We had to kill this guy. I mean, he's 4.48. Come on, almost a 5 ERA. You kidding me? Tee off, and he's going to be against our right-hander, Jose De Leon. He's 2-0 with a 5.52 ERA. I think Jose is going to have a good game. Yeah, we'll see who plays behind him. Wednesday, September 20th. Remember, we're still got something to play for here. We got to beat the Nats out of a better record so we get home field advantage. All right, Wednesday, September 28th at 7:10. San Diego sending Luis Perdomo, who's 8-10 with a 5.59 ERA, and our right-hander on the mound, the guy that was not the one starting pitcher this year, was not on the DL, Kenta Maeda, 16-9 with a 3.20 ERA. And Thursday, we'll probably be back on Thursday, I guess, with another show. But Thursday, September 29th, 6:10 game at San Diego. They've just announced it. It's going to be Christian Friedrich, 5-11 with a 4.66 ERA. And guess who's starting for the Dodgers? Well, I know he won't be too many innings. They want to watch his innings. But he's coming back. They didn't want him to start anymore. They want him in the bullpen. But he's going to start on Thursday. Julio Urias. That's right. Should be a good game. All right, check out John Su, who's outstanding photography. He did a great job with that last game on Sunday at Dodger Stadium. DodgersPhotog.mlblogs.com. Check out the Dodger Insider, John Weisman, Dodgers.mlblogs.com. Always got great insider information. Don't forget to come on back here to Let's Talk Dodgers in Facebook under Let's Talk Dodgers. You can write us, letstalkdodgers@gmail.com. You can check us out on our YouTube page where all the videos lie of these shows. It's YouTube 13. It's Let's Talk Dodgers 13 in YouTube. And at Randy Trumpet or at Let's Talk Dodgers on Twitter. So that's going to do it. Anyway, that's going to do it for us. One more thing. We've been doing Vinny stories the last couple weeks. Let's do one more for you. You guys up for a Vinny story? Why not? Come on, you can't get enough Vin Scully, right? One more. This is Vin Scully wishing Willie Mays a happy birthday earlier this year in May, when he talked about the greatest catch he ever watched him make.
Hi, this is Vin Scully. I've been around a long time, and all the years I've been broadcasting, people have always asked me, who's the greatest player you ever saw? Well, I didn't see many American League games, but I certainly saw a lot of National League games, and without a doubt, the number one, the greatest player I ever saw was Willie Mays. I was also privileged to see Willie make the greatest catch of his career, and he agrees with me that it was. No, not the catch in the World Series against Vic Wertz in Cleveland. I'm talking a Dodger-Giant game in Ebbets Field. Dodgers trailing by a run, bases loaded, and 2 out. We had a young third baseman out of Oklahoma by the name of Bobby Morgan. And Morgan hit a line drive into left center. As soon as the ball left the bat, you knew it was an extra base hit. Everybody knew that except Willie. And Willie, running as hard as he can, left his feet parallel like an arrow going through the air and caught the ball. But that was only part of it. In those days, certainly at Ebbets Field, we had a gravel warning track. So Willie, going head first, hit that gravel and then bounced and head first into the concrete wall. And he was not wearing a helmet. They didn't wear helmets in those days. He hit the concrete wall, rolled over on his back. The left fielder was a fellow named Henry Thompson for the Giants. Henry came over, bent down. There was Willie, unconscious, holding the ball on his chest. Henry reached down, took the ball, and held it up to the umpires. Out for Bobby Morgan. That was the greatest single play I've ever seen.
Wow, that was pretty cool. All right. That's going to do it for us. We'll see you back on Thursday. Come on back, pull up a chair, sit down, relax, and let's talk Dodgers. We'll see you on Thursday. And remember,
the greatest baseball organization on this earth is the Dodgers. Don't you ever forget it.
Bye, everybody. Beat those mud.